Hello and warm greeting from Chiang Vietnam on VTC10 Net Viet. I'm Van Hiệp. Well, the guest speakers in our program today are two Americans. They are working with the people with disabilities here in Vietnam. First of all, thank you very much, Hagen and Kimberly, for joining our program today. Kimberly, firstly, could you please share with us the reason that you're coming here to Vietnam?
We have come here for volunteer service. We're very excited to be here, and Vietnam is a very interesting place. It's very beautiful. We got the privilege of driving on a long bus ride from Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi, and so we got to see a lot of the countryside and the mountains and the jungle and the beach, and it's just wonderful, yeah, and to experience some of the culture as well.
Wow, this is the first time that you're here in Vietnam, so tell me a little bit about your impression when you're coming here.
My first impression was we arrived really late at night, so there was lots of traffic and motorbikes. But then once the sun came up and we were driving down the road, I thought it was one of the prettiest places I've ever been. So we drove from Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi, and it was just gorgeous. We stopped in Hoi An, and the beach and the town is just great. I love the culture. The food is awesome. That's my favorite part. And then when we got to Hanoi, I've just fallen in love with the city and the people. People are friendly, the food is great, and just enjoy everything about it. So the impression has been really good.
And I'm wondering, how has your experience as the volunteers in some other countries helped you with the situation here in Vietnam?
Yeah, we've been volunteering for 7 months, and we started in Africa. Did 2 months in Africa, but then when we came to Asia, Southeast Asia, Thailand was our first country, Thailand and Burma. And we've worked with many different organizations, refugees in Thailand and in Burma. Last month in Cambodia, I was working at a private school, and it's just great to go into these countries and see their culture and experience it and live with the people and eat what the locals eat and do what the locals do. This has probably been my favorite place to volunteer. We haven't volunteered at a bakery or a coffee shop or anything yet, so this is the first place we've done this, so this is new to me. But I love to cook. I went to college to do finance, so I've helped a little bit here with some finance stuff. So everything here, just bringing all my knowledge from the States with me to help improve and make Donkey and the employees better.
We have gotten to experience many different types of volunteer work. So like you said, this is our first time with a bakery and restaurant, but yeah, so everything about this month has been new and refreshing. Yeah, a lot of people have even, like he had taught English in Cambodia, but this is my first time to teach English, but it's very exciting and very fun. I enjoy it.
So the people that you're now working here, they are the people with disabilities. So tell me about your expectation and what you want to do for them.
I just want to build like a good relationship with them and get to know them and their lives and their stories. I think that is probably the most interesting thing and one of the most valuable things about volunteering is building those relationships that will last, you know, and pouring into these people's lives and just trying to make a difference, even if it's just making their day a little brighter, you know.
So what about you? What do you want to do for the people with disabilities?
Well, I come to love and serve is what my motto is just doing whatever they want and loving on them. So to helping them, I want to bring my skills that I know, and I want to share those with them. So something that they may not know how to do. For instance, I've been doing a lot of cooking, so teaching them new dishes from America or around the world, teaching them how to do that so that whenever I leave, they will be better at what they do, and they will have something new.
The volunteer group from the US have been to many countries around the world. They are volunteers who just know how to cook and to teach soft skills and improve English proficiency for disabled people at Donkey Bakery, home for people with disabilities.
We came here with a team
and we're doing a trip traveling to 11 countries in 11 months, and this is month number 7 for us, and we came here to Donkey Bakery. I think it's very interesting. It's very interesting to work with the deaf people. I was a little worried at first because I wasn't sure how we were going to communicate because they can't hear, but it's been interesting trying to figure out what each other are saying. So I really enjoy the aspect of the bakery for that reason. Last time I believe we were making cupcakes, and this time we're making fish tacos. So we have the sweet and we have a salty dish.
Besides helping the people with disabilities here how to cook and bake, these Americans also help them learn specialized English.
I am getting the privilege of working with the sewing students. They work very hard making many kinds of products, and they didn't want to go to the normal English class. They wanted to learn about sewing English. So I luckily had a background in sewing, so I know quite a bit, and they asked me to come teach them English words relating to sewing, and so I was really excited to do that. And so we've been learning things from types of clothing to fabrics, and today we were talking about the things you might ask a customer. I want more than one. Ready? You say, how may I help you? What would you like me to make? How much will it cost? Does it fit? Can I take your measurements? And always when you get done, it looks very nice.
Chị ấy đã giúp chúng tôi học tiếng Anh chuyên ngành về may mặc. Chị ấy dạy chúng tôi hàng ngày. Mỗi ngày chị ấy dạy chúng tôi 1 giờ đồng hồ, nhưng chị ấy dạy rất là hiệu quả.
So Hagen, this is the first time that you are now here working with the people with disabilities in Vietnam. So how has it been?
Makes me happy, brings me lots of joy to, I've never worked with deaf people before, and this is the first time, so being able to have that opportunity has been great. They show me that just by having a disability shouldn't have no effect on your life. Like, they still live a normal life just like me. They have more fun than me. It seems like they're smiling all the time, and they're just so much fun to talk with or to communicate with non-verbally. And it's just been, they've shown so much to me as far as happiness and joy in life.
At my university, I worked with many special needs students in my university. So I was very excited to come here and use that knowledge, because each person's needs are unique and how they handle life is different and unique. But getting to see how they have overcome their struggles is very encouraging to me also, and just amazing, you know.
And after 3 weeks working with the people with disabilities here in Vietnam, do you have something to comment on their ability and their efficiency?
From my perspective, I do not think it limits them or anything in that way. It may be it's more of a challenge for the people that run the bakery. It's more of a challenge to communicate to them what exactly they want. Like for instance, if they want them to make a certain type of bread, it's harder to communicate that to them. But once they communicate that to them and they are making that, whatever that product is, it's going to be no different than if I were making it or if Kimberly were making it, if not even better, you know, because they lose one sense and they don't have their hearing, but every other sense has been magnified, so they can smell things that we can't smell, and when they're cooking something, and you know, I think that will help. And the same with the customer service in the front. I think they're more humble people, and so I think they serve with their heart more.
So let me ask you this question. Those people here, they are handicapped. Some are mute and some are deaf. So in this case, how do you help them to improve their skills?
Right. Well, for me, it's or for us as coming in as English speakers into Vietnam, we already have that language barrier, so that's already something we have to get through. But the disability is just lots of just pointing at things and making gestures of how to do something. And I've learned sign language as well, so I can communicate to that to them as well. And I haven't really had any. Hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be, because I can pick up an apple and tell them I want it cut like this, show them, and then they do it. They're great at doing something. If you show them how to do it, they can do it 100 more times.
And let me ask you about your special story or the memorial story that you're gonna bring home once you live in Vietnam.
I think I'll take home the just when I'm down there cooking and I'm looking at them, I'm like, do this like this, you know, like you have to like use your hands and point. You can't talk. Sometimes I forget and I try to talk, but they can't hear me, so I have to show my hands. And I really just cherish how they receive what I'm giving them, like all my nonverbals, and then they do it like quick, you know, they know exactly what I want.
So what about you? Any special story you're gonna bring home when you leave Vietnam?
It's rewarding when I am teaching English and I hear them talking English to one another instead of just Vietnamese, because so I am happy as their teacher that they are learning so much. Yeah.
And thank you very much for joining our program today and for your sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's it we have for today's program. And for comment and feedback, don't hesitate to write to us at sangvietnam@vtc.vn. And once again, Ivan here. Goodbye for now.